So back in my old history classes in school, I remember learning about the most influential people throughout history. And you probably remember this too. If you're in the English sort of curriculum, you would have remembered characters such as Henry VIII, Elizabeth I, or groups of people like the Egyptians or the Vikings. But I seem to remember not being taught about the most influential people throughout history. Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, or even Hannibal. Now, you may not know much about these guys, but trust me when I say you should, because these men have shaped history. But I've gone in depth learning about their whole life story. And I had to educate myself about these guys. I wasn't taught any of this in school, at least not to the depth I have gone to. You see, these men shaped the modern world. Just think how much value is in their stories. For example, Genghis Khan, he was just a low-ranking member of a small tribe. What did he do? He built the biggest continuous empire the world had ever seen. Or Napoleon, he wasn't reliant on daddy's money. He was bullied as a child, left home at a young age. He was a nobody, an outsider. What did he do? Became Emperor of France, which was all of Europe at that time. One man. You see, these men have done what you've always wanted to be, and that is to be successful. They have tasted the success, yet still wanted more. They have done the hard things, kept pushing through the hard times, and ended out on top. If this has not inspired you, then I don't know what will at this point. Because these men have started at the same, if not at a lower point than you have right now, and have done amazing things. There's this famous painting done by this French painter. It shows Napoleon going through the Alps with his men, toiling, sweaty, and he's on his horse and he's pointing forward. I'll show you a picture right now. And I think it's just one of the most inspiring pictures I've ever seen. It's just showing you how, no matter how hard things get, just keep going forward. I've even set it as my lock screen on my phone because it's just that inspiring to me. So if it inspires me, it should inspire you because we're the same. And it should make you intrigued as to how they navigated their lives. I will show you in this video how these men have things in common and how you can learn from their common traits. So the first is all about ambition. The most obvious thing these men share is ambition, the undying ambition to succeed and to keep going forward no matter what. The reason history remembers them is because of their ambition. Alexander the Great, by the time he died, which was 32, he had covered a lot of land, bro. He was leading armies at our age, 19, 20. Just think how mad that is. This guy was leading armies. And what have we been doing? He was a king at our age. Just dwell on that for 1 second. That's mad. You will be remembered too if you have the ambition to succeed. Nothing is more masculine than that. So I advise you to start setting goals for both short and long term. So you know what you're striving towards. Write these goals down, put them on your wall so you see them every single day. Put them on your lock screen so you see them every day. You see, without ambition, these men would have been nothing. Just remember that. The next is confidence. Confidence is key. Without confidence, do you think Alexander would have built the biggest empire the world had ever seen to that point? Without confidence, do you think Julius Caesar would have set the foundations of the Roman Empire? Without confidence, their armies would have abandoned them, and they would have been sure to fail. They had to be decisive. So confidence may sound like a wishy-washy term to you. And it kind of is, but I'll break it down a way you can be confident. So it might sound a bit cringe currently and a bit stupid, but this is what I learnt from Hamza and what I've implemented into my life and what has worked. So think every day that you are the alpha. Just tell yourself that every day. I'm the main guy. I am the alpha. So if you do that and repeat it for long enough, you will see yourself as a more confident person and more as a leader like these guys. Because I guarantee you, Genghis Khan saw himself as a Chad. The guy was fucking hundreds of women. And that's what led to his success. This is why you need confidence. Decisive and outward thinking towards your passions to really make the most out of them. Next is accountability and responsibility. Do you think these men blamed the world for their problems? When they lost a battle, do you think they blamed their men, their armies? No. Every single one of these men held themselves accountable and responsible for everything in their lives. By doing this, they learned they cannot control anything but the decisions that they make. These individuals represented empires, bro. Do you think they blamed everyone else all the time for their misfortunes? Fuck no. So to become like these guys, we need to hold ourselves accountable. It is a very masculine trait to be responsible and accountable. Napoleon became head of his house at age 16. That's crazy amounts of responsibility for a young man. This fucking guy would be in the ranks of his men during battle, firing the cannons, because he is responsible for his army. Be like Napoleon, take responsibility. The last is leadership. This is the most obvious, and that is the ability to lead. It seems, again, like confidence, a bit wishy-washy, but to become a leader is actually a combination of all the previous traits I've just mentioned, all into one. When all these traits are combined, they create a leader. Let's not kid ourselves. We've always wanted to be, that guy. It's like an itch in the back of our minds. It's always there. But you've never really had the confidence to actually scratch that itch. Boys, I'll be honest, much of my life I've been weak. I've been unambitious. I procrastinate all the time. As soon as it was the holidays or it was the weekends, I'll just laze. I'll do nothing. I've always had low confidence. I've always felt I could not talk to girls because I was a weirdo, and that they wouldn't like me back. I didn't feel like a man. I was a late bloomer, to be honest, bro. I didn't hit puberty till I was like 15, so these guys are hitting puberty at 12, 11, 13, and I was there still with my baby penis. And for a good portion of my teens, I lived in constant social anxiety, constantly worrying about what other people thought about me, how I looked and everything. If this is starting to sound like your life experience, then good, because I want you to know that it doesn't last if you have the ambition to become a man. So, I hope these stories of Napoleon, Alexander the Great, and other influential men have inspired you, because I want you to succeed. I want young men to feel proud again. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching my video today. I will be uploading regularly, so keep an ear out for my next video coming soon. Thank you. I'll see you soon.